Hello everybody. So I'm going to do a review of a 2021 Model Y dual motor 7-seater with about 55,000 miles on it. My overall impression of the car, really solid. Very few complaints. There's quite a few things that could be improved on, and I will go over that with you. The car is used as a work vehicle. I'm a mobile mechanic. I put 3 Milwaukee boxes in the back of the car, floor jack and other miscellaneous things needed to repair cars, oil changes and so forth, in the front, in the back, and throughout the car. 2 car seats, 4 kids. So we usually use this when the whole family's together for 6 people total. We did a road trip to Yellowstone with 7 people. A video on that possibly later. All right, so let me get going. First off, I would love if the car was a little bit faster, Elon. Apparently I don't have the right motor in the rear to get upgrades for speed. A little bummed about that, but that's okay. Maybe the 7-seater prevents you from having that bigger improved motor. So let me show you here. So power front would be pretty cool. That would go up and down. Also maybe even a little bit more of a sturdier hood, because you know you're afraid of bending it when you push it down, but that's how I use it. See, I put my jack in there. If you wanted to improve this area, I would put 2 holes here in the corners, because I've had a couple times where it's filled up with water from ice melting when you put ice in for keeping food cold, or even oil when I lost an oil bottle to the front. It pulls out pretty easily when you remove this plastic stuff with 10mm bolts, so you can take it out and remove it. It's pretty easy to jump these cars. You just remove this cowling. I've jump started cars off of this a lot. Works really well. Just black to black, red to red. Clips weren't too strong. They don't come off very well. Other than that, that's good. Inside the car, I have Tux mats, because I beat the hell out of this car. My kids beat the hell out of this car. Seats are very durable, in and out a lot. Everything's functioning really well. Windows, doors. The only thing I've noticed that's happening is now my car, for some reason, is detecting that the car's rolling while it's in drive, and it puts it into park to prevent from rolling away. Maybe that's a software issue. I don't know. Another thing that happens is, like, if I'm rolling down my window, on my driver's window, and I hit a bump, it stops the current rolling up cycle. I think it detects like maybe someone's hands there. Another issue that I've had is this door panel here has come off. I've had to pop it and get it out from the inside, because it's wedged between this part right here. So stronger clips would be a good idea here. On most cars for child seats, they have these bars that the safety clips bolt to. Tesla decided not to do it for the 3rd row. So putting car seats in the 3rd row would be very difficult, yet it would probably be the best spot to put them, because they just take up so much space in the middle row. So, I would add those safety latches for the back. And to be honest with you, like, having the seat like fold forward and then latching, and then you crawling in through here, my kids don't usually use that. They're crawling over, or they're crawling in from the back. The kids crawl on this interior with their shoes on a lot, and it's holding up really well. Like I said, I got the Tux mats here all the way in the front and the back. These things have been pretty good. You just pull them out and wash them. Absolute necessary. I literally have to blow this car out with like an air hose before I vacuum. Another thing that would be fantastic is having a pin lock on the screen and the multimedia. My kids often come with me to work, so they're using the screen, watching YouTube, watching Netflix, whatever. But there are times that I wish they wouldn't, and they do anyway. And I wish there was a passcode to unlock the multimedia. So, make that happen. It's also safer too. We don't need our kids watching stuff on our on our cars, because I'm sure I'm not the only one that's let their kids watch movies and entertainment on their Tesla screens while they go run a quick errand for whatever reason. Now I go to the back, so you can see here, so like I have this here loaded up with batteries. I've also had oil leak in here and fill up with this. This is also very easy to remove. It's pretty easy to clean. It cleaned up really well with Dawn Dish soap, so it's a good material that they used. You know, these things aren't really holding up, but you know, I think they weren't designed the best, and you know, my kids are really tough on them. Another major problem that I'm having with this car is my kids can't always put their seatbelts on. Now, Tesla decided to put a seatbelt here, but it's recessed. So if I were to show you this car when it's dirty, there's food, sand, dirt, crumbs everywhere on the seats, on the floor, everywhere. And it gets inside the seatbelt latch. So I've had to vacuum the seatbelt latch numerous times to get the latch to click. Now, I've had a lot of other cars before and they've gotten just as dirty as this, and that's never happened before. So maybe recess those, unrecess those seatbelts and get them a little higher. And yeah, so car accelerates well, it steers well. I drive the hell out of this car. I drive very quick. I have home solar, so I don't really care about using power. I'm on it. Tires last pretty good too. These are the factory type that go on it. It's not the original set, it's a new set, but like if you rotate them and you drive, you know, calmly, they'll last a long time. I got 40 out of mine, but I was kind of hyper miling them, maybe 45k. They do pick up a lot of screws and nails. Maybe it's because the tire is very thin, but one other big option that would be really nice for the third row is third row HVAC. On my trip from Yellowstone, it was not even excessively warm. It was probably like 85, 90 at the max, but my kids were baking in the back. I had to roll the windows down. And you know, having the windows down isn't always an option. And so if we could manage, like, you know, a third row supply of AC and heat would be good. Maybe not even heat, because the heat will go back there really quick, but the AC needs to be directed back there. The overall capacity of the AC needs to be increased. It's not enough. You have 7 people in the car and you're in a hot environment. People are cooking. All black interior, glass roof. You know, the AC should be at least 25-30% larger in capacity. Blind spots are pretty good on this car. Have no issues with that. One issue that I do have is with the second row on the passenger side. Does not want to slide forward and unhinge up. Probably the rail system needs to be revised, because whatever debris is getting in there is preventing it from operating properly. So you know, maybe a more enclosed, sealed track system would be a better idea. So yeah, you know, it's pretty spacious. The interior is pretty easy to clean. Sometimes I just use like water and some Windex or something. I don't worship this car. It's just a car. It's got its bumps, it's got its scrapes, it's got its bruises. The interior has its defects, but all in all, it works. You know, if it was a little bit bigger, would be great, or even maybe even having the rear seats right here in the second row flipped around so that they're facing that, because then you could, like, you know, crisscross your feet together. Now obviously kids would probably kick each other, but you'd be able to stick your feet out a little bit more, you know, kind of like a limo does it. Yeah, overall great car, highly recommend it. I would buy it again in a heartbeat. The Tesla supercharging is phenomenal. It's really great. It should be faster. 150 watts, 150 kilowatts or 75 kilowatts is not enough. If you're going to put a station in, it needs to be cranking 250 or higher. On my trip to Yellowstone, we had to charge a lot, and I had to charge a lot with kids in the car. And you know, 50 minutes at a charger isn't a lot to charge your car, but it is when you have children screaming behind you 50 minutes is an extremely long time. So like, you know, let's get that supercharger network charging at the maximum capacity. You know, the supercharger networks need to have bathrooms, they should have vending machines, they should have somewhere for you to detail your car. Because like, if you're going to be sitting there for 50 minutes, you have 50 minutes of a customer to be purchasing things or spending money with you. So, you know, set a place to detail your car, you know, a little portable vacuum, or you know, vending machines, or just something. Because, you know, if you want us to stop and charge and you want us to adopt EVs, you know, we got to think about that time when the wheels aren't rolling and it's charging. So otherwise, like the car a lot, haven't had a lot of issues, yeah, so hope you enjoy the review and the write-up. I did this review while my kids are at the park. You know, I came here with 4 of them. So I use this in the real world, beat it up, go to the beach, get dirty, water, all of it. It's been in snow, I've been in the desert, and it's been a really great car. Now Elon Musk, you know, he could change up a few things, but other than that, it's really good.